Okay, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Icon Edit, the show where we are becoming unbelievably gorgeous and disgustingly overeducated. My name is Monet, fellow icon in training and host of our show. So I do all my research. I share everything I learned with you guys, and you share anything and everything you know on the subject back with me, so we can all grow hotter and more educated together. This is kind of just a little bit of a physical glow up episode, a little bit of a snacky in between the more emotionally deep episodes and more intense ones. So this is let me do my book of the week first. My book of the week is Seal Like an Artist. I love any book that inspires creativity and inspires you to view life in a creative way rather than a productive, or not even productive, but work, black and white, you're either successful or you're not successful sort of way. So 10 out of 10 recommend this one. So let me just get to it. I'm doing another Hygiene of a Goddess episode. If you've been following since the very beginning, I did a Hygiene of a Goddess episode like months ago. I want to almost say it was close to a year ago. Like I did this so long ago. And that one is strictly the shower routine and everything shower routine of a goddess. So go check that out. It is so good. This one is more an inside out hygiene of a goddess. So let me just read my notes. There are women who smell good. And then there are women who smell like they have their life together on a cellular level. You know what I mean? They always smell good. There's someone like when you even mention them, you're like, why do they always smell so good? It could be any time of day. It could be right after a shift. It could be first thing in the morning. They just have this scent to them. So you want your biology to produce a clean scent from the inside out. There is a difference between smelling good and just physically, biologically getting rid of the BO and the grossness. Sweat doesn't smell, it's the bacteria that does. Sweat itself is almost entirely odorless, so sweat isn't your problem. The smell that you're smelling, that icky BO smell, is actually produced when your apocrine glands, which are concentrated underneath your arms and in your groin, release a thick, fatty secretion that the bacteria on your skin metabolize into a volatile compound. Those compounds are what you smell. So the real question and issue that we're working with here is not how do I stop sweating? Instead, it is what is my skin bacteria doing with that sweat? So this is super important because where most women manage the output, the stinky smell after the sweat, goddesses manage the system. Everything I'm about to get into is managing your system, dealing with the issue before it even becomes a problem. Because you don't have a sweat problem, you have a bacterial environment problem. So let me tell you, you have been applying your antiperspirant wrong, or your deodorant. Most women apply their antiperspirant or their deodorant first thing in the morning. Clinical research published in the Journal of the American Academy of Dermatology found that nighttime application and twice daily application is significantly more effective than morning only use. Why? Antiperspirant works by delivering aluminum compounds into your sweat ducts, and it forms a sort of plug. That process requires dry skin and time. And at night, your sweat gland activity naturally drops. Your skin is dry. Active ingredients have hours to absorb undisturbed. When you apply in the morning, your body is already warming up. You're getting a little bit warm, a little bit sweaty. The application to that damp post-shower or even just a little bit sweatier skin dilutes that active ingredient. So here is your goddess practice. Apply antiperspirant to completely dry arms at night before bed. Shower in the morning and layer with deodorant for scent. The antiperspirant from the night before is still working. And with all of that, make sure you pat completely dry and wait a few minutes after showering before you apply. This is one of the most effective hygiene switches or changes in your routine that costs nothing. Just move it to nighttime. Make sure you remember it. Keep it next to your bedstand. I know it seems a little bit weird to have antiperspirant next to your bedstand, but make it obvious. Make yourself less smelly the next day. Another thing that we need to talk about is your gut. When your gut bacteria breaks down certain foods, it releases volatile compounds, including trimethylene, ammonia, and sulfur metabolites that get absorbed into your bloodstream and released through sweat. This is a big part of your gut-skin axis. What's happening inside of your digestive system is literally being excreted through your pores. Chlorophyll-rich foods such as spinach, parsley, spirulina have been studied as internal deodorants, or you can just get straight chlorophyll for like $12 from Target. Their molecular structure binds and neutralizes odor-causing compounds before they hit your bloodstream. Conversely, a high carbohydrate diet has been associated with less pleasant sweat odor. Men who consume more fruits and vegetables were rated by assessors as significantly more pleasant smelling in peer-reviewed research. So foods that elevate your internal scent profile are leafy greens such as parsley, chlorophyll-dense foods, internal odor binding. Probiotic foods such as yogurt, kefir, kimchi, they rebalance the gut bacteria, producing odor compounds. And of course, hydration. Hydration is your one all fix all for your glow up. Dilutes the concentration of odor-causing metabolites in sweat. So these are the foods that are working against you, the foods that you want to avoid if you are prioritizing your hygiene from the inside out. Sulfur-heavy foods such as garlic, onion, and cruciferous veg, and that's because sulfur compounds are absorbed and released through sweat. Excess red meat also elevates your body odor according to studies. Of course, alcohol as well, it metabolizes into acidic acid released through pores and breath. You can shower 3 times a day and still have the internal odor problem. This is where the real work is and where you'll notice a real difference. First, I want to take a moment and talk to you, directly to you, you intellectual baddie. If you are sitting here with the science, if you are here to learn the biology behind how you smell and how to smell like an absolute goddess, that tells me everything you need. That tells me everything I need to know. You belong here. This is the community for women who want to know the why. They don't want just the shortcut. Subscribe now. Invite your friends. You guys absolutely belong here. Let's get back to it. Let's also not forget our forgotten zones. For example, your belly button. Your belly button harbors one of the most diverse microbiomes on your whole body. Studies have found that up to 67 distinct species of bacteria live in a single person's navel. It is never cleaned by water running over it. It requires intentional cleaning. A cotton swab, gentle cleanser, and dry thoroughly after. Moisture in that navel breeds odor-causing bacteria. Disgusting. Next is the scalp. Nobody thinks about your scalp. Sebum buildup on the scalp has its very own smell, and it transfers to your pillowcase, then back to your face for 7 to 8 hours every single night as you sleep. If your scalp smells, that means you have a unbalanced microbiome there. So scalp massages before washing and sulfate-free shampoo protect your microbial ecosystem. Back of the neck is another one of those forgotten spots. Hair stylists see it every single day. Sebum, dead skin, and product residue accumulate in the neck creases and are never fully scrubbed because you just don't think about it. Water running down from your shampoo does not do it. It needs manual attention every single shower. Clothing fiber is also a huge thing. I don't know if you've ever noticed, but I've definitely noticed when I wear my cheaper clothes, I stink way more. Synthetic fibers trap apricot sweat in the weave and don't release it in the wash the way that natural fibers do. That's why a synthetic shirt can smell immediately after you put it on. You're wearing the bacterial residue from previous wears that survived your wash cycle. Linen, cotton, and wool self-regulate far more efficiently. It's worth that extra $10, $20 to buy something with real fabric. I've learned my lesson. So remember, smell is the most intimate form of presence. People don't remember exactly what you said or what you wore. They very distinctly remember how they felt standing next to you. That's biology, and biology can be manipulated. It can be controlled. Clean on the surface is very basic, but clean from the inside out is goddess practice. We clean from the inside out, right? And we're going to do that again. Let me go through all my points here. By 1, applying your antiperspirant at night and deodorant in the morning, taking care of your gut every single day, eating the right foods that prioritize deodorizing from the inside out. So get your chlorophyll or get your leafy greens. Pay attention to your forgotten zones, including your belly button, your scalp, clothing fiber, and the back of your neck. Oh, and lastly, I forgot to mention this, that you are scraping your tongue every morning before you brush and before you drink any water. You don't want the accumulation of all that bacteria from overnight to be washed back down into your body, recycled essentially. So scrape your tongue before you drink and before you brush. Thank you so much for tuning in with me today, guys. Let me know if these practices work for you. Try this every single day for the week. Let me know if you notice a difference in your breath, in your sweat, in your overall confidence, in your aura. Go follow my personal Instagram. It is Monet_Clough, where I post all my personal adventures. And have the most amazing, beautiful day ever, guys. I appreciate you, and stay iconic. Bye.